channel and welcome back if you guys have been here before. First of all, I just want to say thank you guys so much for 70,000 subscribers. That is just incredible. So I actually already did a giveaway over on my Instagram, which is at LANA'S. The winner was Sorelli, so congratulations to Sorelli. I really hope that you enjoy the prize. You guys can follow me on here and you can follow me on Instagram and just keep your eyes peeled for my next giveaway. I also just want to say that I'm really sorry that you guys didn't have a video from me last week, and that is because I actually came straight from Barcelona to South Korea, which is where I am now, and things have just been really crazy, so I'm super sorry about that. So today's video is how to grow your hair on a budget. So make sure that you guys like this video and let's get on to the tips. When I first started my hair journey, I was actually a student and I did not have the money to afford all of the products and equipment that I use today. So my tips and everything were completely different back then, but they really worked because they made me get my hair from this length to this length in 1 year, and then from this length to this length in another year. And that was from all of these free or really inexpensive tips that I'm about to show you guys right now. So tip number one is to throw away your hair ties. What I mean by this is to throw away any hair ties that you've got that have got that little metal strip on them that holds them together. So all of my hair ties used to be like this. I don't know why my mum used to just buy those ones. I don't know if she was crazy. Those are really bad for your hair because they get tangled and they get caught on your hair, and when you take them out they can rip your hair. Same goes for like actual rubber bands, you know, like what the teachers give you in PE if you don't have a hairband. They just rip your hair out. I actually know people that use those and I'm like, why? Like, What I actually use is these ones. They are completely smooth the whole way around. They don't have any chunks of metal on them. So these work, and you can get a pack of like 20 of these for like £1 at Primark. So it's super inexpensive tip that is going to save you your hair and it's going to encourage it to grow. And another thing, you can actually get silk scrunchies, which I use really often, and you can get a pack of those I think for maybe like £2 on Amazon, which I will link down below. They are a hair lifesaver. Number two is to cut your damaged ends. So I know I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again because it's really important. If your hair is really badly damaged at the ends, and you can tell when it's damaged, especially if you have curly hair, because damaged ends will be frizzy, they won't curl up as much, they'll be hard to comb through, they'll look dry. So you're going to want to get rid of those. Like, imagine this is a healthy strand of hair, right? It's got no holes in it. I can't get rid of this hole between my wrists. But imagine your strand of hair is really healthy, right? Now imagine that it's a split end, so it looks like this. You want to keep it growing, but this is what happens as it grows. It just breaks. It just carries on splitting up and up the strand of hair, and it just breaks. So the best thing that you can do is if it splits here, then you want to cut it like here where it's still healthy, because then it's all gonna stay like this and it can carry on growing. And I'm really sorry for this terrible example, but in my head I really thought that that was gonna make sense, and I'm still kind of hoping that it does make sense. So let me know in the comments if you liked this, if it was helpful. Was it helpful? I'm gonna call this a free tip because you actually don't need to go to the salon to get a cut. You can do it at home. Just try to use hairdressing scissors if you can. So maybe ask your aunts and family members. Otherwise, try to find the sharpest pair of scissors in your house, because blunt scissors can actually damage your hair. So you need really sharp scissors for this, and as long as you've got that, then you can do this for free. And I actually have a video on how I cut my own hair, so you guys can go and watch that if you want to. I'll leave that in the cards, which is going to be like here probably. Number three is to not trim your hair. And I know you guys are going to be like, what? But Lana, you just said cut the damage. Yeah, okay, so cut the damage. So now you've got healthy ends, right? Because you cut it all off, you cut off all the damage, and now you've left yourself with healthy ends. And now there's advice going around saying cut your hair every 6 weeks, trim your hair every 6 weeks. No. Okay, so you did the big cut, you cut off all the damaged ends, you've got healthy ends, you're taking really good care of your hair. What are you going to go and trim that off for? Huh? Don't do it. Don't just do trims out of habit or just because somebody told you once that that's what you needed to do. The whole point of trims is to make sure that your ends stay healthy. So if your ends are already healthy, then don't worry about the trims, okay? Okay. And that's completely free because you didn't even need to do anything. You literally just needed to stay home and not go to the salon. Number 4, don't use heat on your hair, guys. Like these things, straighteners, I pack these with me because I have a wig with me. I want to use these on the wig. I hardly ever use heat on my hair. Burn these, put them in the bin. Not these ones because I love these ones. These are my GHDs. So I'm going to hide these. I'm not going to burn them or throw them away. I'm going to hide them in a place where I can't find them when I get home. I'll put them in my suitcase for now. My point being, heat really damages your hair. Damaged hair can't grow, and a lot of people have got damage because of heat styling. So if you're straightening your hair every day, cut that out. Just don't do it. If somebody comes at you with a pair of hair straighteners like they used to do to me in school, dun 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 dun. So next time somebody does that to you, get them with your cross, because straighteners are the devil. Number 5 is don't brush your hair. I mean it. Don't brush your hair. Don't brush it when it's dry. Don't brush it when it's wet. Because brushing can actually be really, really harsh on your hair. You know, you're like ripping out the tangles, you know, and it's making that noise, you know, like that. That is a big sign that something ain't right. So just stop right there, because you've got to treat your hair nice if you're trying to grow it. You've got to treat it gentle. So what you want to do, if you need to detangle your hair, you need to get into the shower. You need to put a whole bunch of conditioner onto your hair so that your hair is really slippery. And then you need to like finger detangle your hair really gently, or you need a wide tooth comb. You know, I'm betting you don't even need to spend money on a wide tooth comb, because I swear nearly every single household has a wide tooth comb somewhere. If you just look hard enough, go through all the bathroom cabinets, there will be a wide tooth comb in there, I bet. And if you don't have one, ask for one for Christmas. They're like £1. They are so much better for your hair than a brush. I use a Tangle Teezer brush, but let's not talk about that because I know that that's like £15 or something like that, and we're trying to keep this budget friendly. So just get the wide tooth comb. It's going to do perfectly fine for now. It's going to do the trick, and it's going to be so much nicer to your hair. You're not going to break your hair, and your hair is going to be able to grow. Number 6 is I don't want none unless you got buns, hon. Number 6 is buns. So buns are my favorite hairstyle. Buns are probably how like 90% of the world sees me with my hair. You know, I'm gonna get home at the end of the day, I'm gonna put my hair in a bun. When I'm done filming this video, I'm gonna put my hair in a bun. It's just so easy, and it protects your hair, it protects your ends, it protects your hair from like rubbing around on your clothes, from your bed. It protects it from the weather. If it's a really hot day, if it's a really, really cold, chilly day, your hair needs to be protected from that, because that can damage your hair and it can stop your hair from growing. Doing your hair in a bun is a really, really easy way of protecting your hair. It's like a protective hairstyle. It's amazing. So you're gonna take your friendly hair ties. I don't need to show you guys how to do a bun, but if you guys would like to see some protective hairstyles, then I have also linked some of those up in the cards right here. A little bit of selfless promo, but I think you guys are gonna like the hairstyles, so check out those videos in the card. Number 7 is one of my favorite steps, because again, it's completely free and it's relaxing and it's just so nice. Massage your scalp. I love doing this. You can do this at home, while you're making dinner, while you're watching Netflix, while you're on the bus. You can do it to yourself like this. Somebody else can do it for you. Hang on, be right back. I'm just gonna massage my scalp for a second. I mean, you can do this when you're in the shower, when you're shampooing. Just make sure that you find time in your day to massage your scalp, because that's actually going to stimulate your hair follicles, which is going to encourage your head to make more hair. So this is really, really good for hair growth, and guess what? It's completely free. So of course you can do that with your hands, or you can do it with one of those little those head massagers that kind of go like this. Go to Tiger in Cabot Circus and get yourself a head massager. They're really, really good. Or if you did want to spend some money but not a lot of money, then you can use my code and you can get a vibrating head massager for half the price. So I'll leave my code right here. It's LRGroove, and you can follow the link down below, and you can try out a vibrating head massager, which is what I've been using lately, and you can get it for $20 instead of $40. Number 8 is to eat healthy and drink a lot of water. So I'm really sorry for even mentioning this step because I know that you guys have heard it so much, but water is so important and so is eating right. So basically, eat your veggies. You are what you eat, and if you guys eat healthy, then your hair is going to be healthy. I personally am a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian since I was 7, so hopefully that gives you some idea of what I actually eat. I eat a whole bunch of fruit and vegetables, but of course feel free to eat whatever you like. I did actually make a couple of videos on what you should eat and the foods that you should try to avoid if you're trying to grow your hair, so I will link those up here as well. And if you guys have actually been clicking on these, then you're gonna have like so many videos lined up to watch, like on your tabs. So on that point, you can also think about vitamins, like hair growth vitamins, which I have actually used in the past. They are basically just a tidy little package of nutrients that you could also get from eating a balanced diet. So it's completely up to you. The vitamins are going to cost you a little bit of money, I think, because most of them are a little bit pricey. So you might just prefer just to eat a balanced diet. Number 9 is to sleep on a satin bonnet or a satin pillowcase. So the purpose of these is to protect your hair while you're sleeping, because if you guys didn't know, when you sleep, your hair can actually be really badly damaged by the fibers of your pillowcase. They can rub on your hair and it can cause breakage, which of course is not good if you're trying to grow your hair out. So you can actually get a bonnet on Amazon for like less than £5. I know that for a fact. I'm pretty sure I've had one of like exactly £1.26 before, something like that. Satin pillowcases tend to be a little bit more expensive, but I will try to link the most inexpensive ones down below, so make sure that you check those out. Number 10 is don't wash your hair. What I mean by this is try to shampoo your hair less. When I first heard this tip, I used to go like a fortnight without washing my hair at all, like no water on my hair or anything. That's kind of not the best thing to do, because you do need water on your hair. So these days I don't mind if my hair is getting wet, if I'm conditioning it like throughout the week, but I only use shampoo once a week. And when I was first trying to grow my hair out, I couldn't really afford all of these like fancy sulfate-free, everything-free, gluten-free, vegan shampoos and conditioners. So I was using the really inexpensive ones, the ones where I could get like a 2-litre bottle of shampoo for like £3, something like that. But the thing is, if you are going to get a cheap product, they are going to use cheap ingredients, and the cheap ingredients are usually the sulfates and the things that us curly girls try to avoid. So I know it can be really, really tough. So the products that I was using when I was a student and when I had no money, I was using Tresemme. I think they have a Tresemme Naturals line. I was using ORS. I think I even used the mane and tail for horses. But it wasn't. It was like adapted for human use. It was for people. It was on the people shelves in Boots. Okay, it was a people product. It was just still called mane and tail. I wish they kind of changed the name of it, but they didn't. I think I used some Dark and Lovely ones, and I'd say the most inexpensive one was probably the Tresemme. And I think I could use Aussie, because you know Aussie, they usually have like the 3 for £10 offer on the bottles. They're small bottles, so for me that was kind of like a treat to use the Aussie, and I would usually use the Tresemme. Try to only use that once a week, maybe even once every 10 days, because those sulfates are going to be really, really drying on your hair, and that is going to make your hair brittle, prone to breakage, and it's going to make it really hard for it to grow. I was about to say number 11 and I realized I don't have enough hands for that. Right, number 11. 11. Learn to braid your hair. Learning to braid your hair is honestly a gift. It's a blessing. It will save your hair's life. I mean, like cornrows, French plaits, French braids. It doesn't come overnight. I spent years of my life, like I used to braid my Barbie doll's hair. I used to play with toy horses a lot, and I used to braid their manes. That is how I learned to braid hair. So if you're struggling, then maybe you could just go and get one of those like doll head things. So I really, really encourage you to do that, because once you learn how to braid, you can sleep with your hair in braids overnight. Once you've done your hair in like 2 French plaits, you can wear that all week. I've done that before, and it's a really, really protective hairstyle. Keeps your hair safe from damage, and it's just really going to encourage your hair to grow. So it's just a really, really great tip. Number 12 is to put olive oil in your hair. Olive oil is a lot less expensive than coconut oil, and way less expensive than macadamia nut oil or argan oil. And most people have got olive oil in their kitchen. You know, if you're not gonna buy your own olive oil, maybe you live at home with mom and dad, just go downstairs, there's probably some olive oil in the kitchen. You can use that on your hair, so you can actually use it dry, and you can put it on your ends to seal the ends of your hair and make them nice and shiny, protected. Or you can warm it up, and you can use that as a deep oil treatment, which is going to be really moisturizing for your hair. And that's kind of a sly other little tip that I'm going to sneak in here, is to deep condition your hair and do deep oil treatments. Those are going to be really, really helpful for keeping your hair moisturized, which is basically the key. Like, that is so key for hair growth. So use olive oil. Number 13, relax. I get so many comments from you guys where you sound so frustrated and so upset about your hair growth. Stress can actually have really bad side effects on your health. So it can make you break out and it can make your hair fall out. So it could actually be working in like a cycle. It could be like you're stressed about your hair growth, so your hair growth slows down. So you get even more stressed about your hair growth, so your hair growth slows down even more. So the best thing to do is to just listen to some calming music, hang out with your friends, read a book, massage your scalp, and just relax, and your hair will start growing. And you need to be patient because everybody's hair is different, so just calm down, don't freak out about it, just relax and your hair will grow. Number 14, don't die. What I mean specifically is to avoid bleaching your hair. So there are other ways to add a little bit of color to your hair, maybe a little bit of tint or a little bit of henna. But if you're trying to go lighter and if you're going to use bleach on your hair, then that's going to damage your hair quite a lot. So I used to have highlights in my hair. I still kind of do towards the ends, right? Down here there's a little bit of highlights still. But the thing is, my hair has had a hard time growing lately because these bits at the ends where it's a bit blonder, where there's some highlights, the bleach damaged the hair, so I have to keep chopping it. Don't die, kids. Number 15 is to go to bed. Now, I don't know what time of day that you're watching this video, but if you're anything like me, then you've probably had a really long day and you're probably in bed and your eyes are probably like, you can hardly keep them open, because that's probably when I watch most of my YouTube videos. Like, I'm so tired, but I'm like, another one. So I guess I'm a little bit addicted to YouTube videos and Netflix and stuff, so I watch it all really late at night, and I know that so many of you guys do the same thing. Here's the thing, sleep is so important. It really, really is. I know so many of you guys don't get 8 hours sleep a night. I know it for a fact. Tell me if I'm wrong. You don't get 8 hours of sleep a night? Am I lying? You need to take care of yourself, take care of your brain, take care of your body. Sleep is really, really important, you guys. And for some reason, like our generation, people just don't think that sleep is important. Your entire body relies on having enough energy and having enough sleep. So just go to sleep. You will see that your hair starts to grow, you will glow, your bags will disappear, you'll have more energy, and everything is going to be better. So that's it for this video. I think this was a pretty long one, so thank you guys so much if you're still here. I really hope this video was helpful and that you learned something. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a comment down below because I love replying to you guys, and don't forget to get me on Instagram and on Twitter and Facebook and Snapchat. I will leave all of those down below. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!